choices, secrets, assessment, willingness to let go of our innate desire to be completely free, but also have exactly what we want. There's a theme of needing to let go of control, of believing, of healing, and of knowing that if we have been in our best intention, in our best, highest self, then the choices we will continue to make will be divinely guided, and we can choose our highest self. We can choose the road to ultimate love. And the only person in our way is our control issues. But there are some things that we don't know yet, and we want to know them, but we can't know them in a black and white sense the way Scorpio wants to. The message of patience, healing, getting insight, and just feeling into it, not needing to lean into it on a mental level is what will set us free. My left arm is burning. So, heed Spirit's call. Heed Spirit's call. That's what I keep hearing. Heed Spirit's call. Hey Scorpio, what is up? First, thank you for all your likes, comments, shares, all that stuff. I appreciate it more than you even know. Your sign actually gave me no thumbs down last month, so that's what's up. Clearly, we're all on the waves together, and I love y'all. All right. I have to do a lot of editing on your reading already because as you've seen, like, I kept getting so many messages and a bunch of cards fell out. My camera kept dropping, but I kept getting messages for you guys, so I wanted to let them out, even though usually I strip all the audio. Scorpio. I know I'm a Scorpio moon, so this, like, when I tell you this was hitting me, this was hitting me. And the message I got right away as I started to pull these cards, and I'm looking at them now, and there's so much blue, and the blue is, like, encapsulated by the yellow. Like, the yellow is at the pinnacles of the reading, like the ends, right? In the top and the bottom. And it's kind of like spirit in your emotions is all that's left. Granted, we have these two heady cards, and I'll get there in a second, but whew, Scorpio, you have been having a hard time. We have been having a hard time. Before I even pulled these cards, I said to myself, Scorpio, I hope you're feeling better. I know I've been really living from my heart, and life has gotten a lot better. And I mean that honestly. And especially as a Scorpio moon, so to all my Scorpios, moons out there especially, like, nobody knows what it's like to have our feelings. Nobody. Okay? They don't know that for us to just love, like, when we really love a flower, or we really love a friend and all that kind of stuff. I'm about to cry, like, literally, like, because like, it runs into your veins, and it runs to a place that is so much deeper than any light could shine to the bottom of it. And that doesn't mean that it's all shadow down there or something like that. It's just like, it is endless, even though Pisces is seen as, the vast cosmos or whatever. Scorpio is life and death. Scorpio is everything that we can hold as humans, I believe, emotionally at least. And I apologize, I'm a little itchy. My head anyways, I feel like, but I had that feeling when I was shuffling for you guys, and I'm feeling like you're finally getting out of your head. All those thoughts, like, it's kind of like it needs to get, like, shampooed out, right? Like scrubbing on my head. That's how it feels. Like, all those thoughts are finally coming out. So let's get into the cards now that I'm done rambling about all my psychic juju. All right, Scorpio. So what we're being asked to leave behind in Aries season in April, what block is being lifted as we walk into Taurus season in May, what your general energy is, head, heart, and what's grounding you in that energy, the advice that Spirit has for you, In the most likely outcome, if we continue to ride this energetic wave, what is to come at the end of May, at the end of Taurus season? Overall energy. The High Priestess. So, number one, I feel like, Scorpio, you know no one can keep secrets from us. So, I don't think that's the case because we're kind of always in High Priestess mode and when it comes to other people. So, I feel like this is us revealing stuff to ourselves or spirit revealing things to us. Like, I think that we're going to get insight on things that we have kept from ourselves. And I know that you're going to understand what I mean by that. Because again, with the depth that is Scorpio, you know, we can play ourselves because it's so much. Like, we have so many feelings. It's like, sometimes you got to pick some. You know, like, I'm going to only acknowledge these right now because I have so much love, or I have so much anger, or I have so much whatever. I have so much everything. I know so much. I have so much insight and wisdom that sometimes I keep my own wisdom about myself from myself because I'm so busy pulling apart everyone else's psyche. So I think this is the month, Scorpio, that you get it for yourself. Because it's not that we don't pay attention to ourselves. We do, you know, because we definitely are black and white, right? We know what we want. We know what we don't want. We know what's okay with us. We know what's not okay with us. But when it comes to stuff that's really deep down, Scorpio, the stuff that, like, thinking about it makes the hair on your arm stand up. You know what I'm talking about. Okay? That stuff is coming to a surface. To be honest, underneath, look at this. Underneath, because this was on the bottom of the deck. Underneath that, Page of Swords, Ace of Wands. Secrets of a new beginnings and what really sparks our fire, okay? Coming to light. We're gonna find out. Anyways, so what Spirit is asking us to leave behind is the Nine of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. The rune there is the blank rune, which is destiny. So, at first you want to ask yourself, why would I ever leave behind the energy of the Nine of Pentacles? Like, the Nine of Pentacles is so amazing. Like, I love the Nine of Pentacles so much as an energy, I considered tattooing it on my sleeve. You know, she is so confident, so good with herself. I always remind myself, especially, you know, when it's paired with something romantic like the Two of Cups, I always say to myself, the Nine of Pentacles is the woman that gets with you because she truly wants you and loves you, not because she needs you. The woman of the Nine of Pentacles has it all. She don't need nobody, well, or man, whatever. It's someone that when they collaborate with other people, it's simply out of love and respect. It's not out of a need, okay? And then we have the Two of Cups, which, you know, it definitely could be any type of relationship. But due to the way these cards are falling, I'm really feeling like, Scorpio, even if it is work and you know, non-romantic love, I feel like most of you, it will be romantic love. And you might also have it with work, and you might also have it with other people. I think this is a lot about. But with the Destiny rune here that fell on top of this very free, loose, and well, not loose energy, but very confident, independent, singular energy. There's something very singular about the Nine of Pentacles. They worked hard and they earned it on their own. You're being asked to leave this behind. So I feel like there has been a lack of cooperation and almost resistance when it comes to mending our relationships in the past, Scorpio. I feel like you have tried really hard to remain uberly independent while also being in partnership. I'm trying to remember the exact message I got when I pulled this card. It was something like, you can't be single in a relationship. And not in a sense that I think someone was cheating. I think it was more like you want the other person to compromise, but you're not willing to compromise. And this also goes from, you know, people that have been single, because the Nine of Pentacles is usually a single person. It's your destiny to, like, let that go and accept relationship in your life. Because I feel like the single Scorpios have had options and they pushed off their options. And I don't think it's because maybe some people they weren't interested in or some things that were not for them. But I think there has been a certain level of resistance, especially on an emotional level, to give up what they have worked for and feeling as though if you get into partnership or if you give in to your partner, not having the same argument with your partner or whatever, if you give into the other person, that you're giving up your power, right? I'm really feeling as though this is about giving up your power, Scorpio, because you always gotta know, right? We always gotta know. We always gotta know what's up, what's really happening, how do you really feel. This is also a 2, right? But when it comes to being with other people, right? If we're sharing something with somebody, if we're sharing an experience with them, if we're having a love relationship or even a friendship or a business partnership, though it's important to maintain your independence in the sense that you do not get codependent on your partner, you can't have your cake and eat it too. In whatever sense of the phrase that applies to you. Okay? It's your destiny, literally, and also being free in the sense that like you don't need to fear giving this up because it is your destiny to always be the abundant, independent person. No one, if you are confident with your power, no one can strip that from you. And what's really interesting is the block that's being lifted by Spirit is the Ace of Cups with the rune Constraint, which again mirrors the message of we ourselves as individuals have been placing a constraint on how much love we're going to let into our life because we feel the need to place a control, because the way this is reading to me is like Spirit is finally offering you the love because they think you've done the work by yourself and you're ready now. You're ready now to either take your relationship to the next octave or actually pursue one. You have matured into the person that is independent, and it is your destiny to maintain that. And now is the time to let people close to you. And Spirit is offering you this cup, right? It's coming from the future. It's coming from the future. And it's funny because she's walking towards the past, but she's looking at the future. The bird is on her side. So it's saying like, though this physical body is walking away, the essence, the spirit of it, right? Which is all we actually need, is going to be in the stay. So Spirit is giving you this cup. And I don't feel like this constraint is coming from Spirit, because why would Spirit say, oh, the block we're being lifted is love, is a new opportunity to bring love and emotion into our heart. The only person that's constraining it is from flowing and overflowing, rather. I think it's always flowing. I mean, Scorpio, hello, we're always in our feelings. The constraint is self-imposed, and that is reflected, I have to skip to it, over in this card, which was Spirit's advice for you. The 8 of Swords. I mean, just look at these cards in comparison. Both very blue. Both have water on the bottom, but one obviously has a level like doesn't the 8 of Swords look dehydrated? Okay. And I'm just going to skip to that. The rune on the 8 of Swords was journey. Excuse me. So there's a journey of needing to let go, of binding yourself to these ideas that you cannot be your total self and merge, but also merge with somebody. And I spent, I do astrology too. I'm not as like professional with astrology, but I study it more than anything. And a lot of people that are watching this video probably have Pluto and Scorpio, and I was reading up on that, and I was reading about the archetype of Scorpio, and just the fact that Scorpio has such an innate need to merge with the other. Not just the other person, but other experiences, other symbols, other ideas, other concepts, and they have to experience through osmosis, through letting it transmute and flow through their person, throw through their emotions, throw through their body, throw through their, there's always a theme of merging with that which we love or are interested in or are curious about, right? If it has piqued Scorpio's interest, they want to get close to it, study it, examine it, and then eventually to get the ultimate experience, flow in and through it. But what freaks Scorpio out is they know that they are so curious about life itself and the concept of love and the concept of death and the concept of regenerating, right? That they know that no matter how deeply they feel about somebody or something or some concept, at one point or another, something else is going to come along and grab their attention. And for that reason, they put a constraint, they put a dam. They put a dam on their emotions so they do not flow to the point, because it's like, well, if I love this person at full capacity, when 3 years from now and this person over here catches my attention because I have a karmic lesson to learn, I don't know if I'm going to have the willpower and the strength to go learn this karmic lesson from this person and not have sex with them and not be able to decipher the fact that I can gain this karmic lesson from them without doing something romantic or doing something that is inappropriate or would violate the commitment that I've already made. And what's interesting about that is who cannot deal or refuses to deal with that kind of rejection and that kind of situation more than Scorpio. Like, Scorpio does not allow other people to do that to them. Scorpio is definitely the sign that is a masochist and also a self-saboteur. Absolutely. So, Scorpio, the energy you're bringing in to May and to Taurus season in your head is temperance. In your heart, the Four of Pentacles. And your foundation, what's holding you in this energy, is the Fool. The rune we have here is marriage. Okay? Like, I can't make this shit up, Scorpio. I really can't. Temperance. Like I said in the beginning of the video, your mind is ready for healing. Your mind is starting to accept that patience, right? Moderating how we feel with what is actually happening out here in the world. Because it's not that our feelings aren't valid, but we cannot force things to happen. And the more that we attempt to manipulate energy, because when people talk about the manipulation of Scorpio, they often go into the dark stuff, but people don't know the place it comes from. I would say 85% of the time, the place that Scorpios urge to manipulate people emotionally truly comes from fear of being alone. And I'm here to let you know that I empathize with you. But I also know that you all have experienced times where you, in such desperation out of love for somebody, did the most in some type of way, did something that, to try to keep somebody, to try to keep that, what you regarded at that time as the deepest love and resonance that you had in your life. And I know that you found out that does not serve you, and you ultimately probably hurt yourself, right? So that is why the theme for this month is seeing beyond the veil into our own shadow. Because with the rune marriage here, again, first of all, I think there's a lot of Scorpios waking up to the fact that they do want something real and that's something long-term, because the marriage rune, and to me, just mirrors the message. When I saw the Four of Pentacles in this spread, I said to myself, to have and to hold, right? From the traditional marriage vows of the Catholic Church, to have and to hold till death do us part. Okay, now, I mean, that's some Scorpio Pluto shit. Anyways, one, I think first in your heart, you need to not be stubborn. There's also a level of stubbornness here, because you want to hold on to all the things that you're permanently, or not permanently, rather currently in your life that feed you emotion. You're trying to say that's enough. right? Because there's a constraint on this love. I also actually, to mirror the message of patience, I also think Spirit does have a little bit of a hand in this block getting lifted, but also a constraint here, because I think Spirit is saying that the relationship is coming, but it's going to take time, and that you need to have patience, because if Spirit let it all flow right now, you would get overwhelmed in your own emotions, and therefore then really really get into your control drama and hold on in ways that are not healthy. Because what's holding you in this energy is the Fool, okay? So technically the Fool is walking. It's just time, Scorpio. It's time to do something brand new. Because let me tell you, this reading is beautiful, but I guarantee if me and everybody else does not heed what Spirit is saying and let love, like, at a deeper capacity for yourself and everything around you slowly trickle into your world without it getting to the point where you need to control it, or you're afraid that you love too much and you gotta put like barriers on it. Like this reading next month could be like Death, Tower, Ten of Swords. I see it right now if we don't listen. Right now this shit is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And that's what I was feeling. I know personally for me, I had some experiences recently where I totally could have kept my feelings to myself because they weren't necessary. Like, it wasn't necessary for me to express myself. And I know with me, I'm always concerned about, Scorpio, we're so deep and we have a lot to say. We have a lot that we feel. So it's like once you let it out, once you let the cat out of the bag, you can't go back, right? That's the concept of death and rebirth. You can't go back. So I know that a lot of times I perceive my emotions to be too much for a lot of people, and therefore I keep them to myself. But by the time I really have to say something, it's way too much for like even myself. So I've learned that I have to express myself when the first, and if I'm really being chicken shit, second opportunity presents itself, or rather I have to create the opportunity for myself, because the only thing we can control, Scorpio, is our willingness to speak our truth. Okay? And that's what Spirit's telling you here. That's what they're telling you here. You're on a journey of freeing yourself from all these swords. Ooh, I don't usually do timing, but I just got the message of this journey may take till August. Okay? Like, this journey of expressing yourself and just being fluid and honest, and then finally granting you the new relationships and loves and opportunities and situations in your life, the journey will take till August for some of you. Okay? All right. Now the outcome, if we continue to ride this energetic wave for the month of May, we have the Justice and the Lovers. The rune we have here is Victory. So, one, the Justice is a card of integrity. So, the Scorpios that have been healing, that have prioritized healing, that have prioritized being patient with themselves, being true to themselves, expressing how they feel, and not, doing their best to let go of manipulation and control dramas and doing the healing work and listening to Spirit, obviously, you know what side the scale is going to tip. Okay? Because the thing about Justice is it doesn't matter what you think is right or wrong. It's going to do what's right on a karmic level, and it's going to do what's right or correct or whatever you want to say on a energetic vibrational level. Okay? Spirit responds to vibration, intention, and the motivation behind things, not what you say or what pans out or anything like that. Okay? And underneath it we have the Lovers. So now there's a choice you have to make. Again, I mean, this is really what we're talking about. You have a choice. You have a choice to heal and slowly speak your truth and allow you to reveal yourself to you, so that you can go on this journey in this divine destiny of being able to have relationships without being codependent. I'm really feeling like that's the overall message. Because with the Lovers, there's always a choice to go the more higher self, spiritually aligned route, or the more humanistic, lower octave, sexual, devil-esque route, right? Okay? So, and, you know, justice is a karmic card to me with the lovers. Like, this literally could be a situation where you are, you know, coming into a situation where you have to choose, or you're leading on a path that will arrive you with your next karmic soulmate, because there's many of them. Okay, even if you believe in twin flames, like, that shit ain't fun or a cakewalk. So, like, trust me, the person that most people want to call in is not your twin flame. You want to call in someone who you have positive karma with. Especially, I feel like a lot of Scorpios are a lot older souls. I know I've done a lot of past life work, and I've looked into a lot of, you know, nodal contacts in astrology. And I've also read that everyone that has Pluto and Scorpio only meets past life lovers. And when I read that, I was like, no fucking shit. Like, that made my life make so much more sense. That every single person that you engage with, especially on a sexual, romantic level, as a Pluto and Scorpio, which would be 1984 to 94, okay? Born through there. Every single person that you fall in love with, or even just have a sexual relationship with, is a past life connection. So, I would say that, Scorpio, you are on a journey of freeing yourself from your own mental binds, and you're finally letting love slowly permeate out into your life. You're finally letting it flow from you. Okay? You're finally seeing behind the veil of your own shadow. You're finally realizing that you are strong enough to be yourself and shine and thrive, but also be a part of a unit. Because as much as Scorpio wants to merge, they also want to remain completely themselves. And this is Spirit's test. This is really Spirit's test. Yeah, I feel a lot of peace. I think that you guys will do. I think it's just really important that you listen to your heart. I know your heart can be loud. I know your heart can sound obnoxious to you sometimes, or rather you're concerned or worried that people are going to think you sound, you know, insane, or that it might be too much from them. But, oh, wait, I just want to say this really quick. Justice is 11. 9, 10, 11 here. 11, it would be, you know, a master number. 11, I always think of partnership. It's 2 pillars. It's 2 people. So, High Priestess is a 2. Listen, Scorpio. Listen to yourself. Don't be less afraid about how your emotions or how your truth is going to be received, and just focus on the fact that if love is in your heart and pure intentions are in your heart when you are expressing yourself, that's all that matters. Okay? That's all that matters. Let's see, I got 2 cards here for you as extra advice, because that's how we rolling today. I must focus on wanted to manifest wanted. We would never go so far as to say that the behavior of others is responsible for the way you feel, because you have the power to focus and therefore attract, despite the behavior of others in your environment. If every time you see something unwanted, you realize that in the same moment, your awareness of something wanted is keener, and you quickly turn your attention in the direction of the newly emphasized wanted, everything in your experience will continue to improve. So we were just talking about that. Bang. And this other one is a total jump off of that. Billions of us are living in perfect diversity. The diversity of your planet is of tremendous value and benefit, because from variety springs all new ideas and expansion. Without the diversity, there would be complacency and endedness. You are billions of people living the perfect diversity, just as you knew you would, constantly asking for improvement and thereby setting up for the next generation that improved life experience. If you understood that and no longer clamored for the one right way to live, things would go better for you sooner. So again, Abraham mirrored the message, Scorpio, that we don't need to control people or fixate on the reasons why they may not accept us, or the way they might not fit into our plan, or what might be right with them, and worry about ourselves and worry about the fact that the only life that matters is our own. Okay? I love you all, and I wish you so much peace as you find that part of yourself that is raw, but also knows that it has the courage to speak. Love you all.